Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be a little different. This is going to give you the insight, I guess the parent's perspective of the non-traditional homeschool called a Florida Virtual Flex or Florida Virtual Homeschool. And this is a program that the county itself provides or gives children an opportunity to be at home and still participate in school for whatever the reason may be. And in our current season of life, because we are traveling to visit my husband who is staying in Ohio and we have our home in Florida, we wanted to have the children to still be part of his life because obviously they need that. And this just happened to be a perfect solution in our current season of life. The program is actually offered to students from kindergarten all the way through high school, or elementary all the way to high school. And so the two children that I have that are involved in this are my two younger ones. My 10-year-old who is in 3rd grade and my middle son, my 13-year-old who is in 8th grade. And so as they stand right now, they will be promoted to the next level. A lot of my job, a lot of this sits on the parent. It gets the parent involved. One of the issues that I was having with the traditional public school system is that unfortunately I didn't have as much communication with the teachers as often as I attended to create a parent-teacher conference or any meetings that they were having. I attended to communicate. I emailed. I would try to call the teachers. I would leave emails. I would leave voice messages, and sometimes they did not return my call. Sometimes they didn't return my email because it's one teacher in front of however many students a day, depending on the grade level and the school system itself, meaning the school zoned. If there's a lot of children in that zoned area, then you've got one teacher for every 20-25 students, and then unfortunately they cannot turn the students away. So they add them into that class. And so that is what we were encountering. We were encountering a lot of non-communication, a lot of disconnect between myself and the teachers, and it was as a parent, it was very concerning. And so that happened all in the time where right now, with conversation with my husband and a lot of prayer, we had both decided that homeschooling would be best, but then we had to decide what type of homeschool. So I am not one to teach very well. I'm not a teacher. I strongly believe if you are attending a school to learn a trade, then that is something that you've always wanted to do, and you should be given the opportunity to use that. So when it came to deciding on what type of homeschool, I learned about Florida Virtual. So Florida Virtual is, as it's mentioned, Florida Virtual School, FLVS, and that is what my children attend. Now there's two types. There is Florida Virtual Full-Time and there's Florida Virtual Flex. The full-time is an actual regiment. You have to be on the computer at a certain time, and you'll end at a certain time. It's a mandatory check-in, versus the flex, it's flexible. So you're able to kind of create your own schedule, do what you need to do, but also get the school work done. Do what you want to do what you have to do, but still get the school work done. And so that just happened to work best for myself and for my family. So here are just a few things for parents to know if this is something that they're wanting to do. Now, if they have a middle schooler and higher, they're able to submit their work on their own without any problems or any questions. All you have to do as a parent is just go over the work, make sure it was submitted. This is something that you can do as a working parent if your student or your child is having issues within the school system or within the school itself, or you're just not liking where the school system is going. And right now, if you are like me, you know the concern of having all of these shootings, and just, it's unsettling for my heart and it's unsettling for my soul. And so that was another reason why I decided to also pull my children out. But, you know, if there's things that are going on within the life, that your lifestyle or your season of life of why you want to homeschool and keep your children home, this is a great avenue if you are wanting someone else to teach them. Part of this, as I mentioned, and as I said before, and as if you don't know, if you've heard, you do as a parent have to do a lot. Submitting their work if you have an elementary student. Setting their schedule if you want them to work on a schedule. They do have a schedule provided. It's by week basis that you're able to print out if they're either in the full-time program or even in the flex program. So that's something that you can look into. I personally like to set their schedule because of where we are in our life. I want them to be able to see what they have to do and get it done. So right now, because I set their schedule, they are ahead. And my oldest, or my middle son, is about 2 weeks away from completing school. And my littlest is about a month away from completing school. You know, be aware of their time, because one assignment only takes 30 to 45 minutes to do. So essentially, whatever I have on their schedule, if they have 4 assignments, should take them no more than 4 hours. They start their day at 9 o'clock, and I'd like them to be finished by 1 o'clock. If they need extra time, then that's fine. But I would prefer them to be completely done with school by 1 o'clock. Now, if they have 2 assignments, it only takes them essentially 2 hours to do, depending on the assignment. If it's a test, they should study beforehand. If it's an essay, of course, they're going to take much longer to complete. So you can set your time in your day in doing so. My youngest son, I have to submit his work. And how I do it is I take a picture of it, I email it to myself, and then I drag it over into the submission box of that assignment. Overall, thoughts and opinions, and are we going to do this again? Yes, we will do this again. Do I feel bad that my children are not interactive with other children? Absolutely not, because we have, they are involved in sports when that season is around, such as baseball, football, or basketball. It also depends on if we are in Ohio or in Florida. This is something that I definitely encourage, I highly recommend, especially if you have a child that struggles in school. You will notice that you start to see a lot of their issues that they've encountered in school by easily being distracted, judgment, and so on. And so you being the parent, of course, are going to want to listen to you more than they listen to their teacher. They're not necessarily intimidated by their teacher more as they are intimidated by you as the parent. So sitting with them and letting them know, and positive reinforcements of letting them know when they've done something well and great, that the minute they've done it, it boosts their self-esteem so rapidly and so quickly. And I love seeing the smiles when I'm able to high-five my children versus, a delay reaction 3 days later after they've taken and done an assignment and, are unable to redo or whatnot. So if you are, again, thinking of Florida Virtual, the Flex program or the full-time program, I highly recommend doing some homework. This was something that, as I said at the beginning, that I thought about, talked about with my husband. I've talked with other parents. I've talked with traditional homeschool parents. I've talked with parents that do this program, and not one was negative. The one positive thing overall was that they were able to have their children home. and we're able to be part of their kids' education and their the process. I highly recommend this. This is just how I feel, my update. Yes, this is Liam's folder, also known as his portfolio. My DNA, I just have a scheduled planner, admin DNA. It just runs in me. So I love to have everything filed by date. Again, if this is something that you're considering, I highly recommend you do the homework on it. See if it fits for you and your family. I love this program. I will definitely do it again. We may do it differently next year, but we will be doing this again. And if you are new to my channel, I just want to say thank you for joining. And I know this is a different type of content that I've been putting on my channel, but I just wanted to give you guys an update of where we are, where this stands, if we're going to do it again, and kind of give you guys an update. So if you're new, welcome. I hope you guys subscribe, and if you have any comments or any questions in regards to this program, please do leave them in the comments below. I'd be happy to respond. But most importantly, reach out to your county, because each county may be different for when school starts, what's required by each grade level, and any questions you may have. It may be different for your county or even your city and your state. So look into it, and I hope it works out for you as it has for us. I will see you guys in the next video. Much love, and God bless.